everybody. Today we'll be making a Valentine's colorway BB-8. He's an adorable charm that will surely make someone smile on Valentine's Day. So let's get started. With his little body. We're going to go ahead and put some fimo deco gel at the top here to keep his head from sticking on. Grab a little small piece of clay for his head. And we're going to make the half of the clay flatten. You stick it on top, and now he looks like an adorable little snowman. This is what he should look like, a little snowman. Now we'll grab some gray clay, and this will be where his eye is. Grab a smaller piece of gray clay, and this is where his sensor will be. Boop, beep. Grab an eye pin. I like to make a little hook at the end. This helps the eye pin stay in the clay without falling out over time. Stick it in. Stick it in. Awesome. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and grab a little piece of wire. I got this at the end of the eye pin. My eye pin was really long, so I cut it, and this is what I had extra. We're going to stick it in the back of his head, and this will be his antenna. Once you have it in, go ahead and stick it into the oven and bake according to the instructions on your package. And while it's baking, we're going to grab some of the paint that we're going to use to paint the details on him. Grab some fine tip paint brushes, and once it's out of the oven, we'll go ahead and paint the round circles that are around his body. There should be 4 on the edges of it and then 1 circle at the bottom of it. During this process, don't forget to take your time. It takes a lot of patience. Also, remember to paint multiple layers. If you need to, go ahead and get some white paint and clean up the edges of the pink that you might have messed up on. This is what it should look like when it's done. Grab some excess clay, and we're going to stick him upside down to let the paint dry. Once he's dried, you can remove him from the clay. This is what he should look like. And now we will go ahead and paint a smaller white circle in the middle of the pink circles we've already painted. Again, don't be afraid to paint multiple layers of white in order to make it a solid white color. I had to let it dry and then paint over it a couple of times to get it right. Once it's dried, this is what it should look like. And now we will paint the inner details of these circles. Grab the same pink paint that we used originally, and we're going to do 4 lines on the circle. Let it dry, and then once it's dried, we will use a darker shade of pink, and we'll just draw some details on the inside of the circles. I didn't follow a direct pattern, I just kind of winged it and did just random lines and shading. Let it dry. Once it's dried, this is what it should look like.
Now, I didn't show you in the video, but I did paint some gray lines around the edges of the pink circles to kind of make it stand out a little bit more. You'll be able to see it at the end of the video.
And now we'll go ahead and draw the lines on his head. I'm using the same darker shade of pink. BB-8 has a line at the bottom of his eye going around the entire circumference of his head. He also has the same color line that will go on the top of his eye. that we will do soon. Again, don't be afraid to mess up, because if you do, it's okay. You can just use some white paint to clean up the edges. I also made another smaller circle on the inside, on the very top of his head, using a lighter pink. Once everything's dried, we're going to go ahead and color in the black part of his eyes.
Once we paint his eyes, we're going to paint a little bit of black at the top of his antenna. And now we're done! I made this adorable cute BB-8 box for him to go inside as well.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to have fun!